I was really trying to fight to get a burp out.
Oh no, it didn't.
I got it.
There it is.
I got it.
You can do it now.
I get it now. Get it now. Get it now. Welcome back, everybody, to Interprop
Yay.
Podcast. Yay! A little bit of a continuation, kind of, from last week. Because there is an album by a wonderful man who must be discussed, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So, we're gonna talk about Top Spot.
Yay!
Yeah. Because yes, continue.
Because
Okay.
yeah, because we're gonna talk about it. Yeah,
Because we're gonna talk about it.
because we're gonna talk about it. That's all I have to
Because
say.
it's interesting. It's experimental. It's pushing boundaries and
Yes.
putting the foot down, and that's what I like about it. Okay, this whole album is all about Top's journey, mostly through, like, Big Bang era, and his ups and downs, mostly the downs, but overcoming the downs. Right. And by God, does he deserve that?
That part, and just the quickest of pauses here, just so everyone's on the same page. If you guys don't know anything about Top, if you don't know anything about Big Bang, we just did the episode on them for some context. That's how we ended up here, because we wanted to talk about the album initially, but we wanted to talk about all of the things too with the context. So if you guys don't know anything about any of that era, go check it out. We did like the briefest of things on the members, so you'll have a little bit more context before we push forward. Just quick little blurb. Go listen to that first if you need to. If you don't need to, perfect. You're exactly where you need to be.
Exactly. And I'll give a brief little description of some things that were a little more discussed in the previous episode, but a little bit here just for some context to whatever I will be talking about at any given time. If needed. Where needed. Little sprinkles of context.
Right. Little context clues.
But yes, absolutely. Also subscribe. How about that for an interjection?
Do that. Then you'll already be caught up. You don't have to go
And then
looking
you'll know.
for things.
Exactly.
You'll
You'll
know.
know every
We're
time.
here every Friday. Come on.
Every Friday. You know this
Every
by
Friday.
now. I see you.
You should.
I see you come
You're
back.
Here. Uh-huh.
I look at the analytics. I see.
I am analytical.
I know your names, fool. Subscribe. Thank you.
Ooh. I love that. Yeah, heavy on that. But enough about us. Much ado about us. On to Top, the most important of things to be discussed, because
On to top.
you guys get to. I'm not in the hot seat today. I'm listening and learning, so I'm very excited. I can't wait.
This will be a short episode.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'll have some opinions. I'll have some contributions. Some, not as much. But you guys don't have to listen to me yap again. Yay.
You had to listen to me yap, which is everyone's favorite pastime, right? Subscribe.
Of course it is.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I know I'm irritating. Let's talk about Top.
Top. Yes.
Yes. So this album, Top Spot, first of all, a little bit of context, just because it's like literally the most important thing to talk about in terms of this album, this project as a whole, right? Top, if you don't know, you should know, but if you don't, only because of the last episode, not like, you should, well, you should know these things. No, 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 I'm sorry.
Right.
But
But we just told you.
listen, perk your ears up.
Right.
But he was a member of the K-pop group Big Bang. He left in 2023 because of a weed scandal.
The weed.
The weed, yeah. He was smoking weed, and he was found guilty and admitted to it. He ended up doing, I think, 2 years of probation was what he ended up doing. But it was found out during his military service, and at which time, a few days after the news dropped, he was found in the bunks, unconscious, and he had overdosed on tranquilizers. He was fine. He went to the hospital and everything was great. But it was a very dark time for his life, right? He refers to it as like the darkest period of his life. And so then cut to a few years later, Ben kind of stopped doing things in general, but a few years later he officially left. So that way, because he felt really guilty and he didn't want his what he felt like was a huge fuck up being tied to Big Bang and their legacy. Okay. Very important context because as a very heavy part of this album as a whole. And many a song kind of touches on it. And the one that touches on it the most, and it's like the first track, right up at the beginning, Self-Crucifixion. Okay.
Well, that's self-explanatory.
It's self-explanatory, right? But it hurt. Okay, it hurt. And that is kind of what the song is about per se. But the most important part of the song, right, is where it is sampling a bunch of sound bites that are related to like the things like the media was saying during that time, as well as like a few other things that the media was saying. And so, of course, it talked about like, oh, he was found unconscious and his mom said he'll be fine. And it had a bunch of different sound bites from like the new. And I thought it was like really, really cool and really clever, which this whole album, when you listen to it, it's very artsy, is how I would describe it. It's very,
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's very experimental. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's yes, it's music, but it's a work of art. It is what's happening on the whole. Because I didn't like it's not I didn't go run to add these songs to my playlist because like for me, I didn't have the context per se for all of the things, and I didn't necessarily fully understand the scope of everything, having not known Big Bang then or even really now. So it hits slightly differently, right? When you don't have all that. And it
Right.
wasn't like music that I would like wanted on a daily, but even I, without all of those things, was able to recognize just the full scope of like, this is a work of art. Like this is someone's soul they've put in to just the entirety of it. And that alone is wildly impressive, especially in this day and age in that industry. So just throwing that out real quick.
For sure, for sure. And like literally, I was telling Ink earlier, like he even himself like literally said to like listen to the full album like one sit through the whole thing, to play the songs in order. Because it's a full work of art. It is a whole piece. It's not just each individual song is its own art, which I mean like it is, but it's put together is a whole work of art, which I really
Exactly.
love about it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there was something else I was gonna say and I totally
Sorry.
forgot.
That was so my bad, but I had to
No,
throw
because
that
it
in
was
before I
off of
forgot.
what you said. It was like a 10. It was off of what you said. I was like, oh yeah, because it reminded me of something else. And then now I totally forgot because I said what I just said because that needed to be said
Oh,
too.
no.
But then I,
Yeah. The problem
it's
is there
okay.
are so many things that need to be said. I don't.
There is, yeah, yeah.
It's okay. It'll come back to us, and if it
It'll
doesn't,
come
it's fine.
back.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But another one of the interesting things that was in those sound bites was the news about which I don't know. Actually, I didn't hear about this until I listened to the song and was like reading the subtitles. I apparently Top was chosen to like chosen go into space as part of a mission through SpaceX. But the
Oh,
reason it didn't go through, right? Which also I don't like Elon Musk or
I wouldn't
SpaceX.
trust that
I just
shit.
would have
Yeah.
put that out there. Yeah, no, Top would have
Don't
died.
trust
Anyway.
that. That would have died. I'm just picturing like a submarine fiasco, like
Oh
I don't
God.
trust that.
Yeah, no, there's no way. There's actually no way. So I'm
Yeah.
like glad it didn't go through,
Uh-huh.
but it didn't go through because the Japanese billionaire, Yusaku Maezawa, had decided to stop funding the project because there were too many delays.
No shit. That was
So
never gonna happen.
yeah, it's like yeah, okay, well, you just
They were
wasted your money. Which you know what?
stealing that money. Yeah, that was getting channels. That's a whole different thing. Sorry. Anyways,
That's a whole other
yes,
movie.
didn't go through. No more funds.
Yes,
Not
but that was
conspiracy.
mentioned in there because that was all over the news, right? So that was another
Ah.
thing. There was one where it was talking about how he had blocked a bunch of fans during Big Bang's 18th anniversary because it was like G Dragon and Taeye and Daesung, they were all like, like posting about it and everything. It was a thing, right? But they were the three members of Big Bang. Okay. Top
Right.
was no longer a member of Big Bang at that point, but people
Right.
still chose to tag him in it. And so, yeah, why are you surprised that he blocked you? In my opinion,
Right.
I get being excited and I get wanting him to be a part, but like he distinctly said he will no longer take part. So
Well,
like
and but
let him
I
have his piece.
let let this man live. My understanding is, again, I don't even know them like this, but my understanding is that like not only does he just is not involved in Big Bang activities, he doesn't want to be associated with it at all. Am I wrong? I
Nope,
thought
that's
he
exactly it.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Like I thought he wanted like to act as if he never just no nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's like even past things in relation to him being in Big Bang, he is deleted. Like
Right.
he
He
doesn't
wanted
want that
nothing.
association anymore.
Right. Because I recall, I think, seeing some videos here and there and having no idea the context for any of it, but being like, well, what did we think was going to happen? Why are we upset if the man said he didn't want to be a part of it? He didn't want to be a part of it.
I'm like, come on now.
He's a grown man and makes his own choices. I don't really know what you want me to say about that.
Exactly. Let him have his decision. Everything's
Okay.
fine. And it's not like there's like at least seemingly because it's a bit ambiguous, but at least seemingly there's not really like any animosity between him and the members of Big Bang. At least if there's
Sure.
any, it ain't much. Because they
Well,
even when he put this
yeah.
album out, they all posted about it in their stories.
Right. I did see
So,
that. I saw a lot of them. Yeah. Right.
yeah.
And
So there's at least some care there. You know what I mean?
right. And you can the thing is, I would imagine, right, that like we're still having our relationships, our friendships, our whatever their respective dealings with each other are, but in private because that's their relationships. Like they can still support each other and do all the things, but like why are we shocked about I don't know. I
Right.
don't know.
And that's their right. They
Right.
can do as they please.
They are
Um
grown men.
exactly. Exactly. Um but yeah, and a big an unfortunate kind of makes me sad like big theme of this song too is him kind of talking about like how he was kind of like disgusted with what he did.
Mm,
So and I know and listen, I feel like I've said a billion times But frankly, I'll say it a billion times more. I understand it's a bigger deal in Korea. I get it. I do. I
Sure.
do. But man, does it make me sad to see so many people's lives like completely destroyed because they
Completely.
smoked marijuana like one time.
Right. Which, if we're being fully transparent, if I had the kind of job and pressure as somebody with the status of Big Bang had, I could understand.
Right.
Like, I can understand. And that aside, let's not act like the industry is just totally free of that anyways. Just because they keep it
Mm-mm.
all hush hush doesn't mean it's not happening. Like,
Exactly.
and is probably being pushed just as much as it is in like the Western industries as well.
Mm-hmm.
They
Absolutely.
just the I don't even want to say consequences because it feels more like persecution. I don't know, but like that is just so much more severe than it is here.
Right. It is. It is. And I mean, that's also not to say that, like, oh, everybody should just go run around, do whatever drugs you want. Like,
No, no, no,
that's not
yeah.
what we're saying
No, no,
either.
no, no, no.
No, no,
Not
no, no,
that.
no. Drugs bad for health. Don't do drugs. All
Perfect.
right. But
Bad for health. Yes.
also, let's not, put somebody on a cross for it. How about that
Right.
too?
Right. Like let's
Yeah.
hold on now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Always makes me sad. But I did have a favorite line from the song.
Okay. Ooh, yes.
Where, and this is of course translated, so I don't know if it's like, exactly
Gotcha.
perfect or anything. But
You didn't want to give us the
I
Korean line.
oh oh well
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
ee.
Translated versions. We rock in
The
English for the
translated
most part,
versions,
guys.
yes.
Sorry.
My Korean is it's perfect. Totally. I've studied a
Excellent.
lot. Um,
That part is not wrong.
unfortunate. Um, but and I also felt like this whole line really encapsulated like kind of the whole project.
Mm.
My fans waiting is the exact opposite of me giving up. I'm reborn while making music. I just really
Mm.
liked that. I was like, oh, especially the I'm reborn while making music. Because literally he's kind of described the music as being like his driving force to overcoming a lot of like what he's done and like not wanting to quit the industry completely because he does
Hmm.
love music that much.
Oh,
And
you
the
can fully feel this is the work of somebody who not just loves what they do, but has all of their emotions tied into what they do. And that's how any artist works. Any artist truly who is doing what they do because they love it and that's how they express themselves, you can feel it and it hits different.
You really can. You really can, especially when it comes from like I mean, you can feel it regardless, but like
Yeah.
especially when it comes from such a like in deep and dark and traumatic place
Direct. Just
as
such a
this.
direct place. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
he just sort of ripped himself open with this and just sort of put it all out in this beautiful way. And even if it, again, not maybe necessarily my music, like day to day stuff, but I can still feel that feeling.
Right.
And it's,
Right.
again, just wildly impressive. But it's, yeah. Anyways.
But it's yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'll move forward to what I feel like is one of my favorite songs on this
Okay.
album. I have a lot of favorite songs on this album. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
mean, yeah. I think this definitely hits you differently, just because you knew all the things, but also
Right.
I think is also more in line with music that you would listen to pretty frequently as well. So,
Which like is yes and no because a lot of there's a lot of music I feel like that's really experimental where like I feel like the experimenting is good. Like sometimes it works
Mm,
out really well and my brain likes it. But I feel like
right.
most times and
Yeah,
not
yeah,
to
yeah.
be mean, but
No, no, no.
most times,
Sure, sure.
sometimes you get like sleepyhead passion pit, right? And
Right,
then
right, right.
sometimes you get like I'm trying to think of an example, to be honest, but I literally I listen to so little more experimental music that I can't even give an
Right.
example.
Well, and I don't necessarily, when I say that, I don't necessarily mean like you're listening to like experimental stuff, but I mean like this sort of thing he's doing here where it's so I don't know if emotional is the word, but I guess just so tied into, like we said, just so tied into himself and the way
Mm,
he did it, that felt
I got
more
you.
like something you'd be all over to me.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like a story, and when I get told a
Right, right,
story
right.
through music, I'm real happy.
Yes, that is the way to explain exactly how I was feeling about it with you. Like, which y'all know I love a story too, but this was, it's just, it is what it is for me. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate all
Just
the things,
totally.
because I do.
Yeah,
Just so we're all clear
absolutely.
about that. Anyways, so
And I'll say,
favorite.
mhm.
Oh,
Oh
yes, say.
yeah, one of my favorites. But also I think kind of tied in there too. Like one of the things I feel like that made me more excited about it too was because there's a little bit of sampling from some Big Bang
Mm.
in this.
Ooh.
And when I heard when I heard I felt broken to
Okay.
tears because I was
Ah, see that I
like, because
do it.
like with yes, and like with all the the years of kind of like quiet separation and everything, hearing
Mm.
like just it just having that like slight connection again, and especially with the connection being so like it just it. I'm so good
It
with
hurts
words,
in the
guys.
best way.
It does. It hurts in the best way. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, and it's again, it's one of those things that you as a listener, if you don't know, you don't know, and you've missed an emotion entire. That's a whole layer that you would know if if anyone told you. Like I couldn't tell you what any of those samples are. Had no idea until you just
Right.
told me. And that's
This is
amazing
like
though.
a
It's so
this is like a
thoughtful.
sequel.
Yeah, right,
It's like a sequel of a of a like I don't know. But one of those, right? One of those little Big Bang samples was actually in this song I'm going to talk about. So the
Got you.
Giant in the Giant.
Okay. Okay.
Which I think is also song number 2. It is. It is song number
Yes.
2. I'm not going to talk about all the songs because that'd be a lot to talk about.
Right. Yeah, it is a
Just
big
more
album.
so some it is, but more so some like notable things in different songs and stuff like that.
Got you.
But in the Giant, so they sampled, well, I say sampled. Um he raps some of his verse from the song
Oh.
Loser by Big Bang, which the song Loser is exactly what it kind of sounds like. It's a song about like feeling insecure and kind of being at your lowest point with that. And the song The Giant is about Top like pulling himself up out of his darkest times and kind of like,
Mm.
coming out on top.
Right.
Which I loved so much. I love because not only is it like, oh, I'm like taking this little thing from my past, and that's like really important to, where I was, what I went through, and my growth, but also I'm using that in like a poetic way of like, oh, in this song, it's about being at your lowest, and this song's about getting out of my lowest. And I love that.
Mm.
Just like the showing of his growth as a person.
Yeah.
I just thought that was like, because it's like, yes, it's Big Bang, but it's also a little like, it's like a little story in and of itself, adding that song into
Mhm.
the story type thing. And I thought that was so cool. which he did a lot of little things like that that I'm just like, I no, well, I'd like to think, but probably not, like ever in my right mind would have thought to make that choice, and it's such a cool choice to make.
I think I think because it is such a cool choice. I think the thing that gets me is I hearing all of these sort of ins and outs and little bits and pieces is it like how long did it take him to put this together? Because I mean, like I said, it's not a small album. Like it's kind of a
No.
massive album, all things considered. And if there's so much in each one of these, because he treated them the same way, I'm like, I would love to pick his brain. Like, how long did it take you to put it together? How long was it in the works? This is something that you've been trying to like figure out since then, and has been just like a slow work in progress. Is it something you sat down and were like, this is what we're gonna do today? Like, I just would love to see how his brain worked through the whole process
Right.
because that's the part that's just fascinating to me. Doing things like having that sample from this song on this portion, like, did we have to go back through all the Big Bang songs to figure out what we wanted,
Oh,
or was it something that was already in your head? Like, it's just, it seems like a lot of material to go through.
and I'm sure it'd be really painful to go through it too, to be honest.
Would hurt
At
so
least to some
much.
degree, yeah. Of
I would think. I don't know him like
course,
that.
we all know.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
but you would.
Maybe it was
Yeah.
cathartic. I don't know,
It
but
could be. A lot of
I,
times trying to get past, certain things, you got to go back to the past and face them.
right. Well,
So
maybe
it
he did it
probably
with some
was kind of,
therapy too. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't
maybe.
know. Maybe
Who knows? Therapeutic album.
right therapy
Therapeutic
therapeutic
album
album.
creation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
I love that too. That's what I like to think. Um,
Fuck with
but
that.
yeah, another example too of him using some Big Bang, right? Um,
Mhm.
was actually in Studio 54, which was that music video that I showed you as well,
Yes,
which we
you
will get
sure
there.
did show it to me.
We will get
Sure
there.
did. Uh,
um, but in that, so there was a line, right, where he said, "I'm so sorry, but I loved my 20s. Big Bang, say less. Say
mhm.
less. Go off, King. Yes." um, but the "I'm so sorry, but I" that like "I'm so sorry, but I love you," that's from another song by Big Bang called Lies.
Oh,
It is. And I I hopped out of my seat when I heard that. I was like, I know, right? I know what you just did.
I
You
know
didn't
what you
sing it,
did.
but I know what you just did.
Right.
Say
I know.
less.
I heard you, King.
I hear you. I hear you. Ears open. Fucking
Right.
Dumbo over here flapping in the wind. I got it. I got all of it. Um, but that was, I think, from listening back over to it like the several times I have now, I think, and I could be wrong, because I don't, I probably it feels like I've like when I've read comments about this album, I swear somebody else has found like something else in like every other lyric. So I'm sure there's
Yeah.
other calls to Big Bang that I've probably missed or forgotten about. And I know
Right.
there's definitely plenty of other things. I mean, there's other things that I've seen other people point out. I did not even like put on my list because I was like, that is
Right.
so much. There is so much. Um,
Right. Long walk for a short drink of water type.
exactly. Yes, yes. Because there's so much thought and like it is dripping off of like every line in this whole album. And it's honestly it's kind of amazing. I haven't seen an album as like, of course, I haven't been listening to a whole lot of like full albums recently,
Right.
but I feel like
Right.
super recently I haven't seen one like this well thought out, like each line so thought out for a minute. So it
Mm.
was very
Well,
not
and I
jarring's not the word, just surprising.
I wonder too if just, and I don't know, this is purely me wondering because I don't know, and I'm sure he probably hasn't fully spoken out on everything yet, or even plans to, or what, or I don't know. But like, I wonder if part of it too is just that like Big Bang has so much there that you could read a lot into everything. But on
Mm.
the flip side, like that you could tie things back, like obviously every line he's written is intentional, right? Because that's how it works when you're putting something together, like this particular
Right.
project. But I wonder if just Big Bang specifically has so much that people could do that sort of long walk, short drink of water deal. And like
That's
maybe he
totally
didn't
fair.
necessarily intend it to be like that, but it could you know what I mean? That like
Right. Right.
maybe like subconsciously even things were coming out that he didn't quite remember, but like you know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right. That's like, yeah, because literally, I mean, it's not like Big Bang has a small discography.
right. They've
So,
been around for a minute and they
for
did
sure,
work.
for sure. They did work. I say that that's totally fair. I would say the only place where it can't be misconstrued or it can't like possibly be just like a coincidence would definitely be in The Giant because it was like word for word, like full
Yeah,
sentences. So,
right.
but other than that, absolutely no, I could totally see that.
And I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm sure maybe there was some intention to certain things, and like I said, I don't know, and I don't know their discography near well enough to say if things can be like misconstrued or subconscious or whatever. It's just one of those
Right.
things that I think about when you're dealing with such a large base of music and
Right.
such lore as you are with a group like Big Bang.
Very heavy on the info. There's lots that could.
There's a
I
lot that could
totally,
be there.
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot.
There's a lot there. It's a lot to unpack.
Right, right. But keeping on with Studio 54 because I feel like this is one of the bigger songs to talk about with this album. One of the most listened and it has a music video.
Right.
So and it's it says some stuff in there. um
It said some stuff. It sure did.
it
I
says some
knew it
stuff.
said some stuff. Yeah.
So
Ooh.
at first, that's another thing that kind of needs a little bit of context, actually. So the name for Studio 54, because I don't know, I didn't, well, see, I had heard this name, never knew anything about it, never looked, right? Until this song, because I was like, oh, well, you're naming your song. Now I need to do a little bit of research.
Right.
But Studio 54 was a New York City nightclub back in the 70s. And it was known for its very debaucherous party scene. Lots of A-list celebrities you got going there, like Diana Ross and Freddie Mercury
Already a little
and
questionable, but okay.
David Bowie.
Got
lots
you.
of lots of big names, the
Yeah.
biggest of the big, and it was known for
Already a
like
little questionable.
already look questionable.
Right. I mean, not necessarily for that, but just because we're dealing with big name people, like I'm already a
Right,
little.
right. That always makes something questionable.
Right, 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 right.
But you had all these celebrities eh, being invited in a lot of times for free, like get in here, it's good publicity for the place, right? And it was known to be this very like I don't want to say sex positive, but very like a place to explore your sexuality. There was a lot of drug usage. The club would procure drugs for everyone. Yay. And a very notable part of it was they would be very selective about who they let in, standing outside in the wait line and everything, They would, if they saw there was like a young woman who was very attractive, they would let her in for free.
Don't like
Sometimes they
that.
might let in her friend or a boyfriend, but they might have to pay. Or maybe like boyfriend's too ugly. You don't get to come in, but your girl can come in. Um,
Mm-hmm.
which which is important, right?
Yo,
Because that exact practice was
yeah.
done also at Burning Sun.
Don't like that. I didn't like that. I felt uneasy immediately listening to it.
Um, Now, as far as I know, there wasn't anything that was like on that like specific front. Like, so I'm sure there was probably assaults that happened there. Listen, you can't foster an environment that is chock full of nothing but drugs and sex and expect there to not be something that happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Regardless
not
of
saying
whether or
there was something.
not, yeah,
Right. And this
you're
was the
dealing with
70s.
like big
Okay.
names, and this is the 70s, and there was some weird stuff happening anyways. But like, regardless of like that, yeah, it just
Right.
occurs. You're getting
Right.
people
Like
like,
you're just setting it up.
setting it up. Something is going to have occurred.
Right. Though eventually they were shut down, right? But they were
Mm.
shut down due to tax evasion.
Why is that not surprising to me? Why? Why?
Their place got raided and they had like out the like walls and ceiling tiles a bunch of bags of cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that didn't shock me either. You know what? Yep.
And they
What?
technically they didn't even get shut down. Technically, so the two dudes that had that owned it, started and owned it, they actually went to prison, which was shocking to me. But they actually went to
Yep.
prison for it. And
They made
during
somebody
their
really
prison
mad.
sentence,
Mm-hmm.
I know they were pissing people off, man. I swear. But the
Yeah.
manager, he was still trying to run it, but
Oop.
because of the money thing, they couldn't really keep it open, and so the owners just closed it like from prison. They said, "Okay, we're
Dang.
sorry, it can't run anymore." I was like, "What?
What
What you mean? What do you mean?"
do you mean? Huh?
But I thought that was actually insane. Like actually.
You know
Um
that's low key really crazy. Like genuinely crazy, not like wow, that's
uh-huh.
genuinely crazy.
But it
Okay.
was
Uh-huh.
like yeah, yeah. So very it was also like super it was like a staple of like American pop culture at that point in time.
Yeah.
So it was like a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which explains like why I heard the name.
Yeah, I was thinking
Also
that too. I
explains
was
why I
like,
didn't know anything
oh,
about it.
well,
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it,
I
but
was
I
like,
have
that's
heard of it.
familiar.
I was like, oh, I was wondering the same thing though. When you played it for me, because I kind of crossed my mind when I first saw it, but I wasn't paying too much attention to the titles. And then you were playing the thing for me earlier, and I was like, why do I know this from something? Like, I thought I was
Exactly,
just crazy.
exactly.
I was
No,
like,
no, for sure. You were right on the money.
got you. Nope, okay. Well, and
Mhm.
wild pick too, because how much research went, like, what? For that to
Yeah.
have been a pick for the Korean man who
And see,
was
now
like,
that's where me and other fans, okay, have a little conspiracy theory of our own. All
uh-huh,
right.
because, uh-huh, uh,
Because, right? So the correlation that I brought forth earlier, right, with the girls being let in for
right,
free because they're pretty,
yep,
um, and also like the debauchery, the sex and
mm-hmm,
the drugs and such things being procured and all that, right?
mm-hmm,
There is a part in the song where he says, dirty son, you just ruined my soul."
yes,
Okay. Now, that feels pretty obviously like he's talking about the Burning Sun scandal, right?
sure, feels on the money, but,
It feels like, no, 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 that's why it's a conspiracy theory because we don't
right,
know for sure. We didn't write the song.
you're correct, yeah. He hasn't said, we don't know, we're not in his head like that.
But this song, like with the rest of the lyrics, right? Um, the song is kind of, it seems to be about like distancing himself from the scandals and the
Mm-hmm.
industry and being able to express his artistic freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if it does include that sort of like, if it, from how it seems like distancing from the scandals part of it as well, like that kind of would track. It would kind of make sense. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Sure.
And that's just a theory. It's a theory. But this song, and based on the music video, it is almost definitely for sure about him like distancing himself from like the industry, leaving the industry
Yeah.
and getting to express his own self, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially like in the music video, like the eyeballs in the martini glass, right? And
Yeah.
it's like moving and it's like watching them and everything, but then later on they like eat them. No, 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 no.
Yes.
Which is so gross.
Eat the motherfuckers. Yeah, that
It's so
was
gross.
a choice.
But
And
I
I
loved it.
yes, same. But I also dearly need to know what they were actually eating. I need to
Yeah.
know what we used to make the eyeballs. That has
Yeah,
nothing
what
to,
did
I
we
need
do that
whoever worked
with?
the set production here to give me some info, but that's besides the
Well,
point.
funny you mention,
Yeah,
because
I love
the
this.
art director and the cinematographer worked Squid Game. They're from Squid
Mm-hmm.
Game. Yep.
Sure. Yes. Uh-huh.
You could tell. Like, tell me you watched that music
Oh
video.
no,
You
you
could
could tell.
tell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. I watched approximately 2 episodes of Squid Games. Maybe I could tell you. Yeah.
I've seen like just pictures from Squid Game, but
Yeah.
even the pictures that I have seen of like the certain
Yeah.
moments like in the set with the games itself. I was
Yep.
watching this music video the first time and I was like, "What in the
They look
Squid Game? What in the
what
Squid
in the
Game?"
Squid Games? Literally. I mean, yeah. You can't get
Yeah.
more.
Which was like I thought it was super cool too. And I thought it was really cool how like they stood by like putting him in the show, when so many
Yep.
people gave him crap. And they were
Yep.
like, we don't want him in the show. He's a dumb drug addict. We don't want him in the show. And then in the show too, and it was even more brave for him to play an ex drug addict in the show.
That part.
Like I
That's the thing that got
oh
me.
I
Yeah.
loved it. I love everything about this man. I do. I'm sorry.
I
Total
love
simp
him.
for this guy. I just want the best for him.
Oh.
But yeah, so I thought it was really cool that they also like worked on this music video with him, that the song is like representative of him exiting the industry. Like, I'm not going to be an idol anymore and fuck all these big companies. I'm going to do
Yeah.
my stuff now. This is my art, this is my music, this is what I make for my fans. Period. And I
Mm-hmm.
love that. I love it. And
Yeah.
the fact that they're like, yeah, we will help you with that.
Like, actually, we're gonna do it however you see fit. Yes.
Exactly.
Excellent. That's the kind of people you want with you to do the
That's
thing.
Yes, exactly. That is who you want in your court. And the other thing that took me out in a good way when I watched this music video the first time is that Nana is in it.
Mm.
From Orange Caramel. I was like, oh. I was like, I feel like I haven't seen her in a long time. But I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really kept up with her much at all.
Right, right, right. Sure.
I think the last thing that I saw about her, and I don't even remember what year it came out, but Mask Girl? I never watched
Mm.
it. I don't know what year it came out. I just knew she was in it.
Got you.
But it was really cool to see her in the music video with Top. And I saw this really cute, I wish I had played this for you now actually. But I saw this really cute video of her and Top were like sat down eating together.
Oh, I
And
saw that. Don't you
oh,
worry.
okay,
That
yeah.
came to my page. Don't you worry. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That killed me. It was so cute, so sweet. The way she was like And him like trying to fight back the laughs every time she was doing something stupid. I loved it. I
Excellent.
loved it.
It was great.
She is a blessing. She has always been
She's having a good
so
time
sweet.
with life, and it always makes me happy. That's the kind
As
of
she
weird I
should.
strive to be, literally.
Yes. Yes. Um but yes, that's Studio 54, and I feel like it's one of the biggest, most important songs on that album. Not to say
Mm-hmm.
that they aren't all important. They're all important. Well, I had one more thing to mention off of this album
Ah, yes.
before I suppose wrapping up. And that was another song called Stendhal Syndrome,
Okay.
which let me double check to make sure I remember that right. Now I feel like I'm second guessing myself all the way over. So, okay. It's a condition where individuals experience physical and emotional symptoms, such as a rapid heart rate, dizziness, fainting, and confusion when overwhelmed by exceptional art or intense beauty. Which I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
I don't even know if that's a real thing, if that's something that this old Italian man just made up. I'm not
I mean,
sure.
isn't that how most things the old Italian men make? That feels
They
pretty
make the
spot on.
rules. Yeah, they
Yeah,
make the
yeah.
rules.
That felt.
But two things about that song that were pretty cool and kind of stood out was Top had made a little callback to his OG rapper name, which was Tempo. So that was pretty
Okay.
cool. Yeah,
Love
kind
that.
of referring that back.
Yeah.
And the song samples a song that was called After the Play is Over. And that, and like with the lyrics, with the song and everything, it kind of, it feels like almost like reflecting on like his idol career, like ending. But I also saw, and this is unconfirmed, right? But I also saw a few mentions of people, and again, this is just people on the internet, so you know, if people lie, okay, people lie. I don't know, but other people had also said that G Dragon also likes that song, so that could be
Oh,
a thing. I don't know. I don't know for certain on that, but if
right.
so, that would be kind of sweet. But if not, it's still really cool and really nice for the song. Yeah.
That would be cool. I mean, I wouldn't be overly surprised just because I feel like, I mean,
Nah.
you spend that much time with somebody, like, if you're close, like, of course, there could be, that sort of thing
Right.
leading into, but even if it's not, it's just an excellent choice regardless.
It is. It is. But that was all. That was my great big list of interesting things that I found in this album.
That was an excellent list of interesting things. Everything I do was interesting. I
But
thought
there's
it was.
some more.
I love more.
There is more. It's there. It feels like there's a lot, and it feels like there's a lot to like
That because
kind
there
of
is.
go through and find, and there's a lot of in this album. Like the whole thing is just so much to think about. I listen
Yeah.
to it, I read the lyrics, and then I just kind of sit there like, damn,
Yeah.
now I'm sad.
Yeah. Now I'm sad. But, well, yeah.
But
Yeah.
happy, but also sad, but also
But
happy.
I mean, look, because it's emotions. I mean, it's literally because I can't imagine how he must have felt putting this whole thing together if this is how, fans are receiving it. Like, I just can't imagine trying to work through things enough to sort out definitively how you feel and be able to express that.
Right. Right. How do you?
Because how? Because here. And here's the thing, right? Like I as a writer and somebody who's been a writer for literally my entire life, like I'm talking won an award in like what second third grade for like best beginning of the story or read it like this is a thing I've done my whole life, right? And I've written all kinds of things, so I am, point being, I am no stranger to expressing things on the page that you are trying to make sense of in your own head, whether you really have, definitive know definitively what your feelings are or not or whatever, and trying to get it down. And I know how sometimes things can come out really easily and how sometimes things can come out and it's like a mess. And yeah, it's all out, but now what do I do with it and how do I arrange it and all of the things. And what he's done with this album, getting it out lyrically is one thing. Then adding the layers of getting it out and composing and arranging and like getting your music, and then you're adding in the samples and you're weaving in everything together, and now we're worried about the titles and we're worried like all of these things make my head hurt to think about. I mean, like, in the best way, but makes my, like, logistically, it sounds like a nightmare to get it exactly how you want it to feel. You know what I mean?
But I know for a fact too. I can feel, not like I can feel like his emotions, but I know the exact feeling of like you had a thought
Yeah.
that came from another thought and
Uh
you've
huh.
now tied it together with this other thought and you're like,
Yep.
"Oh, that's it. That's the one. That's the one.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
stop."
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
for
know
sure.
he has so many moments making this because you don't make something like this without that being a grand portion of your experience.
No,
Not with this many
there's
moving
no way.
parts.
Yeah, there's no way you could have. And I just have to, like, actually, I would love nothing more than to, like, listen to him talk about how the whole thing came together. And I know that's something that will probably, I'm just sort of spitballing here because obviously I don't know him, but I would just be willing to bet we'll probably never really hear. We'll probably never really know. But I would
Probably
just
not.
love so much to just listen to him talk about the whole process, if for no other reason than just from the standpoint of somebody who writes and is about a story and likes to hear how people's brains works when you're creating. I just am in awe of the whole project. And again, said as somebody who's not like a fan of him or Big Bang or who knows all the ins and outs of things, but just as somebody who's a fan of art, because it really is masterful. It just is. I don't know. Or maybe I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like I've been craving all of the masterful things lately. Like I've just been. I wanted some art, and it's art.
It's art. It's better art than some of the art I've seen recently. It's really
Well,
really good art. Not comparing it to like other K-pop.
yeah, I was gonna say you can't
I'm not
compare.
even I'm not
Yeah,
even calling this K-pop, but
no, because
like
yeah, it's not.
but like not compared to other albums, just like other art I've randomly seen
Just art.
recently outside of
Yeah.
like on other stuff. Not as like a dig at anybody or like people need to make better art sort of commentary, but just as
Nope.
like it made me very happy because it's something that I could sit there and listen to and experience, and it would make me genuinely think and genuinely feel and just get to, under the guise of I want some art, It's perfect. It's perfect for
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is incredible art wise. And I yeah, because I'm not going to tell people how to make their art or any of the things, but definitely with like I want art from music. There, this is just especially right now, and like no better recent example. I think it it ticks all the boxes for sure as far as just art and pure emotion and all the things go. I mean, I think he has definitely done what he set out to do. I
For
would just
sure.
have to think you'd have to be so satisfied with what you've put out because it really is amazing.
And I hope he is. I hope he's like extremely. I don't be like. I hope he's happy because that's what it's. That's
No,
what
no,
that sounds like.
yeah.
I'm gonna say, but no, like I genuinely hope that he is like really happy, not only with what he's created, but also just with where he's at, and hopefully what he'll get to do in the future because he deserves it. He
Yeah,
does.
for sure. I definitely hope it's something that will be yeah, I mean a whole beginning for him. I know he had that reborn imagery thing going on. I hope this is just like his first, footstep into whatever he's going to do next cuz it's a good first step towards whatever you want to do next, really. Whether you decide you want to keep doing things like this and with the music, you know, frequently, I don't want to say frequently, maybe consistently, or whether it's something you want to do when you just say something or whatever, this is a good step.
Absolutely.
So,
But
but
I think
yes.
that about wraps it up
I
for tonight's
know.
episode.
Yes, you
Yeah.
guys got a shorter one.
Yeah, a little bit shorter. Little not hour and a half, but that's okay.
That's
That's
okay. We'll
okay.
make
You
up for
can
it
just go
later.
watch our streams instead.
Yes, go
Mm-hmm.
watch our streams, guys. We stream every Wednesday. Oh, shit, at what time?
8:30
Thank you.
Eastern
I was gonna
Standard.
say 8. I was like, that's not right.
Oh, 8:30 p.m. Eastern
8:30
Standard.
p.m. Eastern Standard
I
Time.
should put that out there too.
That's an
Don't wake up
important.
early, you come watch us or something.
Don't do that. Come, yes, come hang out. We're playing a little cozy dating sim mess game at the moment. We're just doing a little demo, but when that is over, I am sure we'll pivot and find something else fun to do. So come hang out or give us suggestions.
Yes, give us suggestions. We always need more suggestions.
Yeah, we love a good game. So, or suggestions for songs. If you guys have songs, albums, artists, any of the things that you think we should take a look at or do a little more research in, or, whatever, let us know. Drop it in the comments.
Same for TVs. TVs? TVs?
For the TVs,
Not
yes.
TVs.
Let us know which TV model you think we should do a deep
Yeah.
dive into.
Do like a Roku or a
Like a
Toshiba or
Roku.
what's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
advice?
Yeah, how far back do we need to go? We're getting into like the black and white. No,
Oh dear God.
but
Hold on, let me
no.
move the antenna.
Let me go
Um,
let me go stand up and turn it on and off and change the channel.
uh, old people.
Old.
Um, but,
Uh,
any TV shows or movies or
movies
internet personalities or anything cool like that that
or
you think
even
we should
art.
check out,
Yeah,
or art.
photography,
Yeah,
painting, all the things. Anything you
all
guys
the
think would be
things.
cool to check out. We love a good story. We love art. That's why we're here. We're and it doesn't matter. I know we talk a lot about Korean things, not by design. We look all over the place, so don't feel restricted.
And thank you for any of your comments, likes, subscribes, anything that you do. I love all the engagement. I love getting to talk to y'all. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of our fun little excursion
Yes,
into
follow
the
us on those
interwebs.
socials where you
Yes.
can interact with us because it makes our heart happy. So go follow and do the things when you comment.
Make a heart happy today.
Yes, so you can come back next time.
Thank
Don't
you,
just stay.
everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.